BB27, episode 10 aired tonight, the POV episode. We got to talk about it. We got to roast it. We got to recap it. So grab a beverage. Hopefully, you're wearing something very comfy. Smash that like, and let's get this party started.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want. Cause your heart's made of gold. But don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. That's me, stand-up comedian and Big Brother superfan Joleen Lunzer here to roast, recap, and react to the latest episode of Big Brother. BB27, if you will. We had the POV episode, and it was about as frustrating as watching the freaking live feeds this week. But first, we have to start the show the only way we know how. Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the BB Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. All right. Welcome back, everyone, to my channel. Make sure you smash that like, hit that subscribe as we make our way to 50K. It's a late night live after the episode aired on the West Coast, you guys. Thank you for going late with me. I was out running errands, doing the Costco thing with my little niece, so I had to watch it in my actual time zone, which was crazy to wait that long to watch the episode. And now I'm like, it's 9:40. So wherever you are in the world, thank you for being here for Big Brother. Okay. Let's set a like goal for 700. Can we get 700 likes? Shout out to my mods and everybody joining. Thank you, Steffi says, staying out way past my bedtime for the one and only Joleen. Thank you so much. And if you want to support the channel further, you can do what Elizabeth did here and you can send a super sticker. So thank you so much, Elizabeth Krabby Modine, or Elizabeth Crab Modine. Elizabeth. I hope that it's pronounced Krabby because that is super cool. Thank you, Haru. Good to see you. Okay. Tonight's episode, you guys. So I was leaving Costco as it was starting. All right. And so I kind of missed Will's crash out. So I have to go back tomorrow and watch it because people were, even Will himself, they were a little, I wouldn't say worried, but they had talked about it on the feeds that Will was upset. And I will tell you, you guys, I stand behind Will being upset. Okay. Put it in the chat and let me know. Was it even a big thing or was it just Will going, this is bullshit? Because I thought Will's DRs this episode were great with him being like, this is a weak move. Her renom is weak. It's all boring. And if I win the BB Butt Blaster, I am going to come back and turn this house upside down. And I want to live in a world where Will, the 50-year-old with a bad back, who feels like he's being targeted for his age, and he definitely is, because all the old people on Big Brother are. I want to live in a world where he can actually do that. I want to live in a world where Will can win the BB Butt Blaster and believe in himself again. All right? Me too, Adele. I have no issues with Will. No issues. And Donovan, thank you so much. You sweetie wipe the CD. Donovan Coburl. Hopefully I pronounced your name correctly. And is that a beautiful lab on your picture? Oh, I love a good doggo picture. Love you, Jolene. Love you right back. Thank you for the generous super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Justice for Will. Yes, Pomegranate. He's no Kenny or Crockpot. No, he isn't. Will's cool. All right. Will's better than a lot of the older people we've had. Twisted says Will's not winning the Bud Blaster, but I want to live in a world where he does. Patriotic said Will made great points. I like him even more now. It was true. This is a weak move. This HOH, I'm sorry, you guys, and I'm not sorry. This has been a horrendous HOH. I watched it with my niece and nephew. I've gotten my niece and nephew into Big Brother, which I'm so excited about. And they too were like, what's this chick doing? I'm like, exactly. What is Lauren doing? It is such a weak HOH. This week has been so painful. Watching Lauren like actively want to win the HOH and then fall apart and crumble and be the victim of her own HOH when she actually has to do the duties of HOH. Huh? I did hear Will say early on in the episode, because I missed like him kind of going off in the beginning, but I did hear the part where he was talking about, if you're going to put me up, own it. And I am 100% for that. Own your gameplay. This wishy-washy, I want to say new school Big Brother, but maybe it happened in old school and I just have revisionist history, but this wishy-washy bullshit where HOHs are like, I don't want to have to, then don't do it. You're the HOH. You make the decisions. So when they say, I didn't want to do this, well, then why'd you do it? You're the only one at the end of the day who can make the final decision. And you now, Lauren, have nominated 2 freaking dudes from your alliance, the Bond. I thought you were a super fan. Oh my God. They never get real super fans. I feel like they never do. Like, no wishy-washy. Own it. Own it. Own your moves. Okay. And what's the real reason? And the fact, and I heard, who was it? Catherine on the feeds talking today, a little spoiler, for you guys for future gameplay, that she's like, I like the way Adrian plays because Adrian's been making deals. Adrian's been gaming. Adrian's been campaigning, and Adrian's been being like, okay, fine, you can use me as a pawn. So Catherine was like, I like that. People that'll just let you use them as a pawn. And I feel like that is definitely a way that, Adrian can help himself stay if he does not win the BB Butt Blaster this week, for sure. And that is a viable and sometimes successful suggestion and deal you can make with people. Like, you can put me up. You can put me up. Just keep me here this week, okay? And I can keep going up and I'll win myself off the block so that you can stay another week. It definitely is. But I feel like, and not even feel, I experienced watching Lauren on the feeds be, and also in the episodes, be offended that Will wasn't willing to be a pawn. And be like, I mean, I thought he was going to help me by being a pawn. Girl, what are you even talking about? No, I am so glad that Will is not just, I know people do have their opinions on how hard he's actually gaming on the feeds. And I will say that Will has been trying to form something, some kind of group, get some kind of people together. Has he been pushing as hard and campaigning as Adrian has since he went on the block? No. Adrian's doing the damn thing. Kelly is doing literally nothing. Maybe since, I haven't watched the feeds yet tonight. I just turned them on like a little bit after the episode just to see what was going on. And it was just Jimmy and Mickey and stuff just complaining about people who don't help out and don't do any of the chores or anything. So I think, they're all just getting on each other's nerves at this point. But Kelly really has not been campaigning. And in Kelly's defense, I guess, I don't think she knows she has to, because the girl doesn't know the game. She saw one episode with Tucker and she was like, I'm going to be Tucker. I'm Tucker. It's like, no, you're not. And we see in tonight's episode, Kelly try to explain why she's offering herself up as a pawn 3 weeks in a row. She said she's building her resume. If I was on a jury and she made it to the end, I would say I'm voting against you for sure, because that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That is so stupid that you'd offer yourself up. You're not really doing anything cool. I know she's trying to recreate the Tucker thing, but with Tucker, there were moments when there's a different likability as well. And I feel as though that time passed. It's been here and it left. And there were times when Tucker did things that were like, whoa, like putting the POV on Angela's neck. And you were like, oh shit, that's really dumb, but also kind of cool. That's kind of cool because I didn't want Angela to go. And they were both such good TV. And Tucker was good TV. Angela was good TV. Kelly, not good TV. And Kelly acts like the victim. Yes. Because Kelly, even though she's volunteering, she's just like Lauren, is like, why is this happening to me?
The patriarchy.
It must be it's the patriarchy. Why is it happening to me? Oh my gosh. Noodles says Kelly reminds you of Peppermint Patty, and that's actually that tracks. I agree. Yes, Kelly's next level Delulu at this point. So seeing Kelly in this episode be like, I'm just building up my resume. I'm like to be like a dummy dum dum. Is it the dummy dum dum resume? Because I don't. Huh? So I like to see a fire in Will and be like, no, this is bullshit. This is dumb. What are you doing? I'm in your alliance. I'm a 50-year-old. I got a bad back. Like, Will is the type of player at this point in the game, I would team up with Will. I would drag his 50-year-old ass, his old ass. I say that as a 45-year-old, so I'd be considered old too. But I would drag him to the end and sit next to him. Now, Will could, if he stays in the game, he can have a glow up and he can start running shit and win some things as well. But right now, as it stands with Will, he's falling asleep on all the chairs. You know what I mean? Like, you'll see Will outside. He's quick. He's got some funny shit, and then he's napping. Okay, they're all napping. Really, they call it meditating. But I'd be like, come on, Will, come on, and drag him and sit next to him. And that's that's what these people should be thinking. The fact that anybody is contemplating not keeping Will is crazy, and they are contemplating that on the feeds. No matter who he's sitting next to, if he doesn't win the BB Butt Blaster, which I really want to live in a world where he wins the BB Butt Blaster. Oh my God. You guys are killing me in the chat tonight. Steffi says Kelly is like a colonoscopy prep that I will say Lauren has annoyed me more than Kelly this week because I hate that, like, oh, and how everyone's been like babying her this week and being like, Vince, we got to talk about him in this episode, but Vince is like, this is really hard for Lauren. And you're saying that to people who are on the block and have a chance of going home, and she's sleeping up in the HOH room and has all the power and decides who goes up. I don't like it. Happy Introvert, thank you for the super chat, says, was Timu Benson Boone even on the episode? Love your coverage. Oh my God. Yeah. It's bad. It's bad. It's not the Timu Benson Boone. Not the Timu Benson Boone. At this point, if I had my way, honestly, and some people might go, what are you talking about, Jolene? I hope Will and Kelly stay this week. Like, Adrian can go. I'll be honest with you guys. He can go. I don't have any ill will toward the man. He is trying his hardest, but boring, bring a book. And I don't want Kelly to have her number one ally. And I want to see the wrath of Kelly after Adrian gets evicted. And if there even is a wrath of Kelly. Will cracks me up. Kelly's so delulu. And the fact that I just put out a short, if you guys saw it, Kelly was talking on the feeds with Riley, who my niece and nephew were like, Jolene, who would you put on the block if you were HOH? I was like, oh my God, easy. Riley, Zach, Vince. Bye. See you never. I don't care. Let's start a fight. I wouldn't last long in the game, but I'd put those MFers up. Okay. Like, Rachel Riley is clocking Vince with everyone. Zach is too well liked. That pretty boy thing. He has too many abs. And Auntie Jolene's, I have a very strict policy about getting rid of the abs. Okay. Especially the men with abs. Because you're not going to Jackson Mickey me. You're not going to get to the end, even though by the end, Jackson Mickey didn't have any abs. He also didn't have any more cocaine. Allegedly, that's what he said. He said that they cast him for BB 21. And he needed his Coke. So it's hard. It's hard when they pull your Coca-Cola Classic away from you and you're on a show. But I would put those dudes on the block and call it a day. And they come in the HOH. I go, well, I hope you win and pull yourself off. It's just what I need to do right now. I think it's best for the house. Everyone said your name. And they'd be like, did everyone say my name? I'd be like, they did. Everyone has said your name. If they ask me, that's totally what I would say. And that's who I would put up on the block. I wouldn't be making these weak ass choices going, well, this person was nominated last week, so I'm going to nominate them this week. Boring. No, thank you. Please stop. Please stop. I don't like it. Yeah. It's snowing. Oh my God. Okay. Speaking of Vince, let's talk about Vince in this episode. All right. Vince and Kelly, or not Kelly, sorry. Vince and Lauren. Oh my God. Lauren's kind of a Kelly, though. I feel like she should be a Kelly, but she's a Lauren. All right. Why did all the DRs of Lauren, when Rachel is up there telling her like the truth? I was gonna go back to the Kelly thing first. Sorry, you guys. A little all over the place. I didn't take notes, as you can tell. Kelly said to Riley that because Riley's like, maybe we're brother and sister. Kelly's like, I don't think so. We don't really look alike, and I look like my mom and my dad and my sister. And Riley's like, yeah, because you have straight teeth. Riley is very self-conscious about his teeth, so who cares? Nobody's worried about your teeth. We're worried about how boring you are in this game. We're actually worried about that weird tattoo you have where Jesus has bat wings. That is, I'm pretty sure there's a tattoo on his chest where half of Jesus is a bat. Justice for Jesus. Okay. And he's always talking about his teeth. I'm like, I don't care about your teeth. And Kelly's like, yeah, because my teeth are straight. What are you talking about? No, that's not why we're not siblings. Then Kelly tells him, you seem like the type, you look like the type that had Mountain Dew in his bottle. And he does. He does. He looks like he got Mountain Dew straight from the teat. You know, just a code red, even a little code red. You know what I'm saying? He was a Baja Blast. His mom was double Baja blasting from her teats right into his mouth. And that would explain so much about Riley. But when Kelly has those moments, I'm like, okay, Kelly. Now, most of the time I'm like, Kelly, no, she doesn't even know how to play. She doesn't know how to POV work. She's volunteering herself. But when she gets a little roaster in, when she does, then I'm like, damn it, Kelly. It just wins me over more than whatever Adrian's doing. But we'll see, because I think there is a better chance, given that they've both played in a BB Butt Blaster and they've both won, that they beat Will, unfortunately, in a BB Butt Blaster. But maybe Will is just getting all of his sleep and getting all of his middle-aged anger together, please, sir, because I'm getting my middle-aged anger together for you, and just rock it out and just surprise these kids. Okay? Oh my gosh. Ausane says, never did 95% of the cast take notes either when prepping to be on. No, I mean, none of them really know how to play. But Kelly is like next level. She didn't know how to POV worked. She was like, if Ashley wins a POV and she takes off we'll put her up. No, Kelly, because she has the power of veto, and that saves her and someone of her choosing if she's not already on. Like, what is wrong with you? And I might need to see a Kelly HOH. It's going to be a disaster. But nothing can be worse than freaking Lauren. Nothing can be worse than Lauren. Lauren cried through her HOH. She talked like -2 miles an hour between her and Catherine, because Catherine is cranky pants because she's on slop. And Catherine, you know, I wanted her to be the feminist killjoy, but instead she just loves the patriarchy. She's like, more patriarchy. Your patriarchy. And but Catherine's really cranky. Now tonight she gets to eat. She probably already got to eat. No, maybe she's got to wait till 11. Anyways, or 12. I don't remember. But Catherine's very, very cranky pants. And her talking with Lauren in the HOH room, it's the slowest, angriest, most victim-y conversation you've ever heard. And Catherine she's depressing. I'll be honest. Catherine is fucking depressing me. I'm like, could someone just give Catherine some chocolate? I just get rid of the have not if they're going to be that depressing. I can't. I really can't. Okay. Yes, Amy, I think Kelly's HOH might be an entertaining disaster. we'll see. I mean, we'll see. But as far as, I mean, Adrian has said that he would take big shots, but I mean, do we believe that Adrian would do that? I don't know. Sloth talker noodles. And Lauren's like, what should we do, Vince? Okay. Now let me get to the other part I wanted to talk about. When Lauren's in the HOH, Rachel talks to her, and it's an iconic moment in Big Brother history because Rachel says what we're all thinking. Who takes fucking advice from the 35-year-old unemployed man with a twirly mustache who juggles and lives in his parents' basement? Nobody. Nobody's asking that dude, what do you think is best to do? He doesn't know. He can't even buy his own teepee. Okay? And I don't think it's because it's a hard economy. I think it's because we saw his packet and he was like, I just don't know what I want to do with my life yet. So I'm just going to live in mom and dad's basement and shop at Erewhon and collect beanies and flat iron my hair. If you have time to flat iron your hair, you have time to perfect a resume. What? You do. You do. You have time to do some job interviews. I mean, sir, come on, let's get it together. So, I mean, freaking Lauren is living and dying by Vince up there, even though Vince isn't even good at being an influence on Lauren. Vince is in with everybody, which means he's in with nobody. So that is his gameplay, which you can totally play that way, you know, only it's not really working for him because Rachel is clocking him. So Rachel goes in the HOH and she's like, Lauren, you're so smart. You're so smart. You're so beautiful. You're so great. You're all the good things. Lauren's crying. Of course, she's crying. She's wearing sunglasses and crying. I'm like, stop crying. You're the most powerful person in the house right now. Okay. And it's not even funny crying. Remember when Angela would cry and freak out and get paranoid? That was funny. And then she made up scenarios in her head, in her sleep. And then she went and then she presented and she was like, crazy eyes. Like that shit was funny. Lauren just cries and sits there and occasionally eats gummy nerd clusters alone. Like it's not fun. It's not a fun kind of, you know, emo crying. So Rachel is just like, you have all this going for you. You know, like you don't have to listen to the 35-year-old unemployed guy. And Lauren's like, thank you. And then we get a DR from Lauren and she's like, once Rachel came in my room and talked about my friend Vince, I was like, how dare you? When you're essentially saying he's telling me what to do, but you're telling me what to do. Oh my God. I was so embarrassed for Lauren. She had at least two DRs where she was going, they came from my friend Vince. What? Why do they even let her? Production must not like her. Because to allow that answer to be on television, to just solidify, to just make it so that we all know for sure that this is just the worst. This is the worst. You miss Angela. Well, have no fear. Angela will be joining me next week, you guys. I'll be making my announcement very soon. Angela will be on the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. And we will be talking some shiz and having some fun talking about this season because Angela is plugged in and she is ready to talk. So next week, I have to pick what day it is, but I'll put the we've been texting, so don't worry. You're gonna see a Joleen Angela collab ASAP next week, you guys. So make sure you have your notifications smashed so you get notified. I can't wait to talk to her about this season and just what she thinks. Oh my God. And what she would do. And try to devise a plan for her to break into the house because we need her. We need her to come in there. Chris says my life complete. So that should be fun. But I was so embarrassed for Lauren that she had two DRs where she was like, and then this person, I forget who the other person was that went up in the HOH room and said something about Vince. And she's like, and they came for Vince. Is he your boyfriend? Like, who cares? Like, who cares? Vince is playing with everyone. And the fact that nobody is well, they're starting to. But at first, nobody was clocking that. Rachel was clocking it. But now other people are clocking it. Ashley's clocking it. They're trying to like shove it down Keanu's head. But oh my God, he's got too much creatine in that thing because they can't get through. Like, sir, he thinks that Vince is like his buddy old pal. It's just the saddest thing. Keanu actually thinks that he is in with the dudes.
Oh my God.
And he has like a dude thing going, and the dudes like hate him. The people that actually like Rachel actually has attempted to work with him for so long. Oh my gosh. I think she does. We'll see. We'll ask her. Lilu, sweet love, says Angela wants Zach out of. I hope she does, because that man is talking mad shit about Angela, who's been one of the most entertaining house guests we've ever had in New School Big Brother. Ever. Like, iconic. Entertainment level 10. 10 out of 10. And he's sitting there in a baby blue bandana doing jack shit, falling in love with Lauren. We had to have a segment this episode about the love triangle, and I'm embarrassed for Morgan. Morgan deserves better. She deserves better. But she's doing this to herself. She's putting herself in a situation where, you know, she thinks she has this 3 things she's working with Zach and Vince. But Zach and Vince are also working with Lauren. And it seems that they both would, well, especially Zach, would prefer Lauren. So then, Morgan, we're in our 30s. We gotta clean it up, girl. You gotta play this like you're on Twitch. Okay, you can't be simping for baby blue bandana boy who's hating on Angela for no reason other than he's peanut butter and jelly, or he thinks he's gonna get justice for crazy eyes. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, you can be friends with that Matt guy. He's got lots of time on his hands. All right, he's him and what's her name, MJ, who got to the end. They are all over TikTok with Zay. That's like their bestie now. They're like, MJ was like, we need a season of First Evicted. Okay, but like not those two. MJ, I understand that's your boyfriend and God bless. But there's a thing, that's why we refer to it as blinded by love. Nobody wants to see your boyfriend again except for you. And I know that might sound mean, but that's just the truth.
Sun on your skin, 6 a.m. and I've been watching you sleep. And honey, I'm so afraid you're gonna wake up and say that you should probably leave.
But I still love that song. That's still a banger, Matt. The sun on your skin is 6 a.m. and I'm watching you sleep. Okay. You guys. Yes, Morgan does struggle with the overtalking. I do wonder if Morgan is neurodivergent just because I am neurodivergent and the things I see her do, I'm like, she could be neurodivergent, or maybe I'm just trying to give her an excuse for why she's talking over people. But she does have to check that because her social game is struggling, even with her own allies. And she does have a way of talking at people rather than to people, where I think she could learn a lot from Mickey. Because when Ashley went up, when we saw Ashley in this episode up in the HOH room talking to Lauren about not wanting to be on the block, and obviously we only saw like a part of that, but Ashley actually did a decent job. There were moments of Ashley, because that's, you know, who she is, and I don't hate it at all. But Mickey actually coached Ashley. Rachel was helping too before she went up there. And I think the women did a really good job of getting in Lauren's head about this to get her off the Ashley scent. So Mickey is someone who I think is very good socially. And the way she does it makes you feel as though she's not telling you what to do. She's listening to you. She cares. She's empathetic. And that is, you know, important. It is an important part of the game. You know, it really is. Obviously, the social is huge. So it's interesting that Morgan and Mickey are aligned, but they have very different ways going about it. And so I think, and Morgan is just, she's really getting paranoid and worried that there's a target on her. And that's why I loved when Will kind of checked her and the others and we're like, you're worried about the what if. I'm worried about the what is. I'm on the block, motherfuckers. Like, calm your boners over here. You know, you're worried about a future possible Keanu HOH, but I'm worried about the current Lauren HOH. She's in my alliance. All right. And she put me on the block. So there's a lot that Morgan could learn, but I really think Morgan's game is. I had some high hopes, but I was worried when she talked about the showmance. And now with Zach in the house, I really think Morgan is still clouded. She has these great moments of like, she's super smart. She's really capable, all the good stuff. But this crush on Zach and the way she's starting to get paranoid and the way she's talking at people, I am worried about her. So she should be taking notes from Mickey, but she's even pissing Mickey off. I mean, they're getting to that point in the game where, like Morgan was saying on the feeds, that we've kind of went through the past, the first 2 weeks of like, who are you? What's your name? Who's your brother? Who's your sister? Who's your daddy? Is he rich? Is he rich like you? And now they're on to the, I'm annoyed with this person. This person doesn't refill the Brita. This person doesn't do this. This person, farts too much, all of that stuff. Steven, thank you so much for the super chat. Steven says, hey, Lean team, I was just on stage with Sheena Shea, and I know because he texted me, thank you so much, herself for her book tour. I'm on cloud 9. Tune into members only to see it. We'll be having a members only, and Steven will show us the video of being on stage with none other than Sheena Shea, author, Vanderpump Rules former star, possibly going to be on The Valley. So Steven's going to tell us, congratulations, Steven, all about his experience. Mickey is a smooth talker. She's a smooth operator. She really is. William says, Mickey's the type of person who can make you think it was, yes. And that, I didn't expect that from Mickey. I don't know. She didn't really, I thought Ashley was going to be that way. And Ashley's the opposite. But I love it, the entertainment value of Ashley. And Ashley is starting to wake up to, not as quick as I would like, but she is starting to wake up to Vince. However, then you got the Laurens, like we see in this episode, like, I'm talking about my friend Vince. Oh my God, Vince is not with you. We watched him in this competition throw it, but not throw it too much. Like, he's dangerous. He's working with everyone, or trying to, except for Rachel. Once Vince found out, and we see in this episode him finding out from Lauren that Rachel is sus of him, Vince pooped his skinny jeans. Like, he, on the feeds, you guys, he has been just like, did Rachel say anything? Is Rachel coming? Vince is more afraid of Rachel than he is like a full-time job. He's terrified of Rachel. Like, I love it. Now that he's like, did Rachel say anything? Do you think Rachel will work with me? Can I talk to Rachel? I don't really get to talk to Rachel, but Rachel submitted Rachel. Oh, it's fucking amazing to watch him squirm. Like, his little mustache starts shaking. It's crazy. So I am excited to see if more and more people are going to start catching on that Vince really is with everybody. The problem is Morgan is close with Vince. So we'll see. But obviously tonight's episode was sponsored by The Good Guys 2. I don't know if you guys saw that.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Julie, it was. My little 11-year-old niece goes, how many times are they going to say The Good Guys 2? And I'm like, as many times as they paid them to say it. So it took me clocking other people for being like, dumb. It took me all this time to be like, why the frick are we getting hour and a half Wednesday night episodes? Like, huh? Why are we getting Wednesday night Power Veto episodes? Well, duh, Jolene, because of moments like this and sponsors. That's why we're getting them. So that the good guys too can get their money's worth. And they got their money's worth. It was so much Good Guys 2 promo. And I saw The Good Guys 1. I'm taking my niece and nephew to see The Good Guys 2. I was already going to see it. Calm down. But that was way too much. And we did not need to see 9 hours of the laser light show competition. Anyone with me? And watch poor Will break his damn already broken back getting on. I was like, okay, I get it. It was hard. And they're carrying the shmarmadar, whatever the thing it was. And then they got the cardboard cutouts. Could they not spring for like the After Effects or the animated characters popping up? You just have the freaking cardboard cutout going, that's not the way I'd go. They're roasting the cardboard cutouts are roasting them. It's 2025. Technology, graphics, AI, use something, okay? Oh my gosh, it was just too much, Kelly Kate. Like, I get it. The Good Guys 2, great. It's awesome. The Good Guys 1 was great. If you have kids or you're a big kid, you love it. Shut up now. Shut up. I needed them to shut up. Then they went, they got the movie choice, and Keanu should have picked Jimmy, Rachel, and Ava. And I wish they would have shown Ava going, oh, yay, I get to go see the movie with Crazy 1, Crazy 2, and I don't think she said Crazy 3, but that would have been funny. Even though Ava and Rachel, I'm going to report back to you guys that they have been talking a lot more on the feeds. They have a lot in common, and we learned in this episode that Ava has got a boner for Rachel. And if you watch the feeds, you do hear Ava complimenting Rachel a lot when it comes to like her, ooh, she has a sexy voice. Ooh, she looks beautiful. So I did love that Ava's like, none of these dudes are my type. He's too dirty. He's too quiet. He's too clean. He's too boring. He hasn't had enough STD tests. So I'm going to go with Rachel. I just love Ava. I think she's great. We're in week 3 and we'll see, but I really am enjoying the entertainment value that Ava's bringing, along with, her actually attempting to play the game and knowing what an alliance is. That's why I wish they would have added Ava's reaction, which I don't think I saw this episode, of Lauren basically single-handedly dismantling the Bond alliance. Ava was like, after she renommed Adrian, Ava's like, okay, well, I guess we're definitely not in an alliance because she put up 2 of our alliance members, and it's week 3. So we're not doing that. And Vince was like, well, maybe we could. Ava's like, no, like that's the opposite of an alliance. There's a good chance. There's a better chance that one of our allies goes home than Kelly. Like, the numbers are on the side of one of our allies going home. Like, this is so stupid. Oh my gosh. Apparently Rachel even said she's doing a floater game. Rachel's trying new things. She's trying new things. Okay, we'll see. We'll see with Rachel. I don't know if Rachel's really, I don't know if I would even, I know that that's what Keanu said, and now Rachel has said it. Who knows if she really means it? Maybe she is trying it out, but I don't know if Rachel's truly, she could be. It could be considered a floater game right now because she is floating to, the power and different people, and she seems willing to work with, almost everyone, but not everyone like Vince. Not everyone. But Rachel could still be winning stuff. She could still make some, I don't know if I would, I just don't know if I would, it's hard to classify Rachel as the floater game because she is and has marketed herself for so long as the antithesis of the floater game. So I think the leader in Rachel and the decision maker, I need more time. I need more time to decide, Denise. I hope Kelly stays and Will stays over Adrian at this point. And no offense to Adrian, God bless. Seems like he's a nice enough kid. He wants to take care of his family. That's cute. Love it. Love that for you. But where you been? I don't know. I don't care. Osane says, Ava said to Lauren during the sleepover, well, you did put up 2 of our own on the vlog. Ava will say those things, and that's what I love about her. But she says it in a way that I think, who knows? Maybe Lauren will cry about it or has cried about it. But she will say these things, and it doesn't come off as like cruel or anything, So Brienne says, I agree, Julie. It's not floating when you're planning what you're doing, right? I feel like she's making such, I'm gonna need some more time. She laughed about it, and that's the beauty of Ava's social game. is because she has already shown herself to be such a funny person, and she leads on her vibes and personality, that they're like, ah, it's just Ava. And that is true, because that's half a comedy. That's like stand-up comedy. You can get away with more the more likable you are. And that's just how it is, And if you're not likable, a joke that works for a likable person might be just as funny when you deliver it, but you're not likable enough. And so they're like, I'm not, no, I don't like that. I don't like when you say it, but they can say it. So she understands that about herself. Rachel's requirements: you got to have a job to partner with. That is Rachel's requirement. She's like, no, Vince. That's been Rachel's requirements ever since she first played Big Brother. Because even what attracted her to Brendan is that he was already, going for like what is like PhD in physics or something, and now he's a doctor. Is she likes very motivated men. She doesn't like old flannel beanie head, skinny jeans, drinking $30 smoothies while living off mommy and daddy's dime. Guys, that's not her. Yes, be funny, don't be farty, even though Ava's farty too. She can get away with that. She can get away with both. She's doing it. Yes, Brianne, Ava literally lashed the truth in front of your face. I will say, when they were doing that that Showmance love triangle edit, which I was so embarrassed again for Morgan. I cannot tell you how embarrassed I was for Zach to be like, I don't really want to lead her on, but he's leading her on. And I really like Lauren. Okay. And when they're in the backyard and they played, I think it was Vince and definitely Riley and Zach. And they were like, yeah, like they were Grease. Like, tell me more. Did she not talk to you? And you're going, oh my God. Did you read the Bible together? Because apparently, I don't know if they were kidding on the feeds, but they were saying that Zach is a virgin. Okay. Which is fine. They apparently, I don't believe it. Who believes it?
You're a virgin who can't drive.
And he doesn't have a driver's license. But apparently, I think it's just because he's got the Holy Ghost with him. So he's maybe because his parents. I don't believe it. But when they were talking about, him liking Lauren, they're in the backyard. It's like the three of them walking. They played that little segment in tonight's episode, but they left out a very important part because they're still trying to paint Riley as like the good old down home cowboy that everybody loves, even though Riley is GROSS. Like, I do not have time for that man. And he was like, yeah, because I can't be the only one. Now I'm paraphrasing, but this is essentially what he said, because I saw it on the feeds. And he's like, I can't be the only one trying to get. He was talking about Catherine. Like, yeah, another guy in the house trying. I'm like trying to. No, go floss. I don't have time for this. I do not. So when Kelly called him out on the Mountain Dew bottle, I was okay with it. I'm like, show us the real Riley parts. How Riley really is in the house. How every other word is a 4-letter word. How he's talking about trying to bang Catherine. How he hugs her and tries to slide his hands down on her butt. See, you saw that. But they tried to make it like he was like, yeah, buddy, go. No, he was like, yeah, because I need someone else trying to. I'm like, who has sex with Riley? Are there no options where he lives? What? Where does he live? Oklahoma. There's lots of people in Oklahoma. There are attractive people in Oklahoma.
Oh my
Maybe
God.
it's the bull riding or something. Does that give people boners? Do ladies get boners for bull rides? Maybe. Steven says Riley had about as attractive as a moose knuckle. Yeah. Oh, right. Oh, goodness. Yeah, he's just yuck. Does Catherine like Riley, Ronald? I don't see it. I think for Catherine, it's like one of her only allies in the house at this point. Catherine hates everybody. And I'll be honest with you, I don't blame her. She's an Aquarius. Okay. I think, is Catherine an Aquarius? And we tend to be very picky. And once we decide we don't like you, it's over. And I'm also neurodivergent on top of that. So we just read, we don't read auras, but we definitely see through BS, and we're like, okay. And we have a strong sense of justice. We're cool, but we can also be annoying with that. So is BB, someone sent me a chart. Oh wait, someone beautiful sent me a chart of everyone's astrology on freaking Twitter. So let me check that. Shout out to you. Thank you, Danny sent me the chart. And Catherine, she's Aquarius. And Riley's an Aquarius. However, no offense to Jamie B, if he's in the chat, they do say there is a difference between Aquarius women and Aquarius men. Like you might want to be one as a woman, but not as a man. Allegedly. Allegedly. I don't know. The Aquarius men I know I like, and that's Jamie B. Do I know another Aquarius man? I might. I forgot. But shout out to Jamie B. But they're both Aquarius. That's not going to work. Okay. And Catherine, yeah. Catherine's going to judge Judy because that's the Aquarius nature. You know, you small circles, very small, damn near non-existent. Okay. We are enough for ourselves. I literally entertain myself so much. I could just hang out with myself for the rest of my life. And that's not conceited. That's just how we roll. Okay. Plus with ADHD, I got songs, dances, things going on. I have to be reminded to make friends. That's just how it is. Michelle says Aquarian's moon. My heart knows no grudge too long. The limit does not exist. Steven says gay astrology is different. Okay. So if you're gay, shout out to Jamie B. And in Aquarius, it's different. But straight Aquarius men, I don't know. I'm worried about you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chell had to work very hard. Okay. Because I was like, no, I'm not going to go out. Nana actually was the one that got me to go on a first date with my husband. I was like, I'm done. I'm writing off dudes. I'm not doing it anymore. Is he cute? Yeah. Is he adorable? Sure. Do I have a crush on him? Probably. Am I going to go on a date with him? Hell no. Hell no. I'm going to stay home. I'm going to stay home alone where I belong. Okay. Hey, Molly. Molly says, hey, Jolene, happy to catch the live after a draining 10 days in the NICU. Oh my gosh. Trying to play catch up. So going to binge your videos this weekend. Molly, thank you for joining. And hopefully you work in the NICU and you weren't there for another reason. So, but if you do, thank you for being working in the NICU and being wonderful. So, yeah, Nana said, get out there. Nana said, put on a sports bra because she knows I love a sports bra and put something decent on and go out with that man. And I said, all right, fine. I'll try it. And now 15 years later, here we are. And he's so happy. And I'm so happy for him. And I'm happy. And you said, I've had more bad dates over the past 2.5 years in Florida than I have the totality of my dating history. I'm over it. I don't blame you, girl. Date the ocean. You live by the ocean. You've been on a members live and we've seen you at the beach. It's beautiful. Just date the sand. Date the ocean, date the sand. Okay? All right. So I found it interesting that they left that out of Riley's segment, just how creepy he is and how much game he's not playing. However, our dear Mickey on the feeds today, she was questioning Riley, but in a Mickey way, in her good social game, trying to pull out of him because she's seeing what he's doing, which is nothing but something. Do you know what I mean? Like he doesn't want to make it. He doesn't want to make any moves. He just wants to pretend like, oh, I just want to do what's best for everybody. And she's like, yeah, but you must have something like, in the game, like who are you working with? What are you doing? And he's like, well, I just want what's best for everybody. But she was trying to pull things out of all of his bullshit. And so hopefully we'll see Riley on the block soon because he is just so boring. Yes, hashtag date the sand and surf. Amy, thank you for becoming a member. Yeah. Mickey Denise, she did a great job. I was like, oh, she's clocking him. She is calling him out in the nicest way that he doesn't even realize he's being called out. And that she's being like, I know what you're doing. You basically just want to coast, and just have everyone be like, oh, he's such a nice guy. Oh, yeah, he just wants for everybody. And she's like, not today. Yes, don't forget to hit the like. Steven says, Riley does the utmost least amount of anything in the house. Get his musty ass out. Today he did clean. He was cleaning. They were like, Riley, thank you for cleaning. I was like, he's got to do something. He can't just sexually harass Catherine all day. You know, he can't just try to touch her butt through hugs. Katie, I think Riley's actually the rodeo clown and not the bull rider. Could be. Justice for rodeo clowns. Steffi, thank you for becoming a member. Steffi 640. So we saw the POV competition for too long. We saw then Keanu pick who he wanted to see the movie with. They went up there. Again, the longest bad guys to whatever the show is called now. Now I'm forgetting. Movie ever. So long. Ugh. But it made me long for the days when do you remember when they really, I feel like they used to do the HOH room up more. At first, when they just handed them the basket with some candy and some popcorn and they went up the stairs, I'm like, that's crusty, musty, and dusty that they did that. Because first of all, how fresh is that popcorn? And how long has production had it back there? And how many people's hair is in it? And you're just going to hand it to me? Like I was like, oh, thank you. So it was nice to see that once they got in the room, they had more beverages and more candy. But am I like just recreating a false narrative of the past in my head of where didn't they used to have like a popcorn machine they'd put up there and they had like a couch or chairs and they would dim the lights a little bit. I'm picturing like Janelle up there eating a bunch of candy, Dr. Will, maybe it was BB7, I think it was All Stars. And they used to do it up. And now they're like, everybody sit on the bed. No. Put some, like this show, again, put a little bit of money into your product. CBS, my God. Okay. Get some of those, like Cinemark chairs that go back. Put them up, make it nice with a lot of, Bad Guys 2 promo stuff. Add the cutout cardboard people to be reacting to the movie too. All right. Make it look interesting, but you all sit on the bed for 2 hours for a movie or hour and a half. That sucks. And they had overabundance of candy back in the day, like so much candy. I remember Dr. Will taking it downstairs, I think. So, right, Julie, cut Julie's paycheck just a little bit, maybe. And put it into the production value a little bit more after you fix the ceiling, Because, oh my gosh, right? It's not as big of a deal as it once was. Maybe I'm just getting old. Not even a butter pump. Not a butter pump that you can like put your mouth under. Yeah, like they gave him Skinny Pop. Because they're like, you're going to be on TV. Yeah, they fit an entire car in the backyard. Get a projector. And it was on that TV that's like, it's a 7x7 or something. I don't know. It's like this. We see it and Ava's like watching it. And the TV is this big. They're like, ooh. Ha 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 ha. Bad Guys too. It was a Vizio. Like, what is going on, CBS? We know you got money. We know you got it like that, Paramount. Or maybe you don't, because you've been paying out some people lately. But you fired Stephen Colbert. I mean, take part of his salary then or so. I don't know. I think he's got a year left. I don't know what's going on. I think they got rid of closed captions. They're trying to save money. They're getting sued. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's not bad to have cinema standards. But they're all just sitting there on the bed. Sucks. Right? It's not a lot of money. Didn't even clean the room. It is so trashy. It's so trashy. Danny T says, I missed the luxury comp when they put clothes racks out. And they had a timer to grab clothes. How fun. That was so fun. Yes, I know. Justice for Stephen Colbert. I'll always love him because Strangers with Candy. I didn't really watch Colbert because I don't really watch I'll watch like the clips and stuff. But I always will love myself some Amy Sedaris and Stephen Colbert and the old Strangers with Candy comedy. That was good. It was good. So, yeah, they paid from South Park. Yeah, they paid that orange guy from South Park, apparently. Devious Ass says Kelly's H of H is going to nominate herself on the blog to build that don't think she's not going to ask Devious. You're right. She's going to ask. She's going to be like, production, can we talk? I was thinking about putting myself on the block. Yeah, because then I can build my resume. If I put myself on the block, then I get myself off the block. Or I could backdoor myself, which that sounds like an OnlyFans thing. But you know what I'm saying. So they used all their money on the Friday night recap. They did. I haven't even watched that yet, you guys. I have not yet watched Taylor's show, Taylor and Derek. I gotta watch that. I know it's probably roastable. I gotta watch it, but I haven't even watched. I keep forgetting. Is it on again this Friday? I'll have to check it out. So ultimately, we had that. The best segment I would say is really Will just reading down Lauren and Ava talking about how if Rachel left her husband, she might spit some game. Other than that, everything else can go to hell. Like everything. Sorry to the bad guys too, but it was too long. Too long, don't want. Okay? And then don't care about the love triangle at all. We did, at least the casuals now have an idea that Vince is in everybody's pockets. Like literally he fits in everybody's pockets. He's like a Polly Pocket. And he's just everywhere you don't want him to be. And the other great segment was Rachel walking in, sweeping and cleaning in every room that Vince and Lauren were in. I loved that. And they just looked like two people cheating, caught the and Rachel's like, I swear I wasn't even trying to catch you idiots. Like that's how obvious you're making it. But fortunately for Vince, they cast a season full of people who don't know what's going on and aren't really clocking this. But it doesn't matter that Vince isn't like a seal the deal kind of guy. It just matters that his influence is up there and that he thinks he's running shit while also telling other people he's in with them and telling everyone that he's going to save them and take them off the block. You know, that is more of the reason that people should be looking at him. It's not that he was successful, because he wasn't even successful in getting Lauren to do what he wanted her to ultimately do, which was put Ashley up, because he didn't push that hard for it. It really wasn't until the end that he was like, well, Ashley would be better to put up for my game. And by that time, the women had done so much. They put in so much good work with Lauren and got her to a point where she was like, I'm scared. And then she just, put Adrian up, another one of her alliance members. Every other Friday. I mean, I'm sorry, that is lame. You can't show up every Friday. I'm sure Taylor would do every Friday. Okay? Who wouldn't do a weekly show? Why every other Friday? Why do we only want why even do it? Okay, I'm going to stop complaining about it because I have to give it a chance. I don't have to, but I kind of want to. I really don't, but I'm going to try, which means I probably won't. But we'll see. We'll see. Westside Chili said, Vince kisses everyone's ass. How could you like that? I know myself, and I hate that. I hate those kind of people. I'm like, Will, give it to me straight. Like, don't bullshit me. Don't come in here. I see you talking to everybody. Everyone's got something good to say about you. Now I don't like you. If everyone is, I'm like the people that people are like, well, I'm going to, people like Ashley, people are like, at least I know she's real. At least I know now, she might possibly say the wrong thing to someone here and there. Okay. But Vince is it wouldn't be necessarily a malicious thing. Where Vince, you can't trust that man. You can throw him far, but you cannot trust him because he is saying everything everyone wants him to say. So what is really real, he don't even know. So in that, I would be looking at it like, everybody likes Vince. Oh, he's got to go. He's got to go by noon today. I would miss Felicia his ass so fast. Like, no, I'm getting rid of the nicest people and the people with all the apps.
I don't give a about anybody else but me.
Thank you, Erica Jane. Thank you, even though you're kind of a monstrous human being, but thank you so much. Thank you, Erica. That's just what I would do. So the fact that they're all like, Vince, I'd be like, Vince has got to go. We got to, that's gross. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted by how much, you know. Now, I don't need people, Kelly instigating levels, but Vince, he's got to.
I'm reverting back to my high school days of instigating. Like, I loved instigating. I was such a problem.
Oh no.
I was such a problem. I'm good at instigating. I love it. Makes me happy.
Yeah, he's doing that.
Little did Kelly know she is, in fact, not good at instigating. She's actually really bad at it. She thinks she's good at it, but the problem is she tells everyone she's doing it. And then when people go, are you instigating? Why would you say that? Well, probably because you told everybody. That's why. That's why. Vince, future politician, well, possibly. He does like to work very little, and we know how much they work. Oh, God. Yes. Just give it, just give after the shower. She's good for a couple hours. Okay. Or 15 minutes, whatever. Yeah. A lot of these people think they're still in high school, which is interesting. A lot of references to high school where it's like, oh, okay. All right. Well, that should have been a while ago. Not for everybody. Not for Lauren. Cause I'm going to need to see, I'm going to have to do a birther movement for Lauren. Cause I just do not believe that Lauren is old enough to play this game.
It's inappropriate.
The more I look at her, I'm like, that's a 16-year-old. They put a baby in the house. They put a fetus in the house. She's got zygote face. Like, she just looks too young. There is no way. She must know somebody. Lauren is not 22. Our lovely HOH. They put a teenager in there, and that's wrong. You got to be 21 to play this game, okay? Yes, put your tomatoes in the chat. Boo, tomato. She's younger than Cedric. Yeah. Yeah, Lauren, yeah, because she's still in it. She's taking time off. That's why her parents were like, okay, but she cannot go to jury because she has to start senior year. All right, in September. So there's that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, she's like, I thought I'd be good at this because I'm a cheerleader and a dancer. And after her DRs, I really wanted to cheer for Lauren, you guys. I really did. The Louisiana little Britney Spears cutie, but I can't. When she was like, Rachel came in here talking about my friend Vince. I was like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed for you. And then I sit there and listen to her have these conversations, and they take forever.
2,000 years later.
She's like, so what would you guys do? What do you mean, what would we do? Quit asking everyone. And she's not asking it as a way to like gain information as HOH, which is also another great tool that you can use, and all the information you can get when you're HOH. Oh my God, out of people. She's not doing it. She literally was like, what would you guys do? Because she doesn't know what to do. And then she's like, people influence me. And I wonder if we're going to see that in tomorrow night's episode. Because Lauren spent a lot of time on the feeds telling people that other people told her what to do or influenced her. So I don't know, you guys. So, but I do like that she doesn't want to be in a showmance. That was my favorite part about the love triangle edit. And Lauren just wants to play Big Brother. Well, Lauren doesn't want to be in a showmance. She wants to play Big Brother. I don't know if she wants to play Big Brother. She kind of wants to play Big Baby a little bit, okay? But I do like the fact that she doesn't want to just hook up with Zach. But then again, Zach is saving himself for the second coming, the next Lauren to come around. He's waiting. I don't know what he's saving himself for at this point. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, someone tell me what to do. Tell me what what to do. Lady Jane says, Friday night recap is just a wasted time and a lot of fake laughing and awful jokes. Jolene is much better. BB27 roundup show. Well, thank you for saying that, Lady Jane, which is unfortunate because I've been saying that Big Brother needs to have an after show. They need to. How hard is it to research? You guys look up the BB bots. You know, BB UK, they had an after show, whether it was Civilian Big Brother or Celebrity Big Brother. They had a great after show that was hosted by Rylan. I think that was his name, Rylan. Ask TV Talks with Tom. He'll know all about it because he's our resident Brit. Shout out to TV Talks with Tom. He's amazing. But they had a great after show. All you got to do is watch what they did. They had fun segments. They had a live audience. That shit was good. I couldn't even watch all of their episodes live living in the US, but I always went to watch the BBUK after show because it was always good. They had a panel. It was funny. Like, it was awesome. And we shit the bed every time. BBUS is just the worst. I swear to God, I love it, but I hate it. Like how they put in, you know, their sponsors, like the bad guys too. Just put in a Wendy's window. That's why BB Can was great because they were like, yeah, Jerry's Furniture is sponsoring us. And guess what? Everything you see here, Jerry made. We bought from Jerry. And we're like, okay, cool. Or it was like, not Jerry, but you guys know what I'm talking about. It was like Rob's Furniture. And then they're like Wendy's. And the Wendy's window, some people might think, oh, it's cheesy. It actually wasn't because you got so used to seeing it, and they would have, you know, players of the past be at the Wendy's window, and that you could add it to your strategy as HOH because you got a trip to Wendy's when you got HOH. So you went to the Wendy's window in the food storage and you got to pick who you wanted to have Wendy's with. And apparently maybe in Canada, Wendy's is good. Maybe I just don't live by a good Wendy's. I think we've talked about this before, but I would be like, no, thank you. But it was cool because then they could eat Wendy's and you're like, then I was like, I'm going to get the spicy chicken sandwich. And you're like, and they're like, I'm excited for a spicy chicken. No one's excited for a spicy chicken sandwich. Maybe they are. I don't know. They have a new Taki one. My nephew tried it. He said, not a fan, but maybe other people will like it. But it was a way for them to kind of use that, leverage that to then have conversations within the game. And then you have your sponsor right there, but you're still showing game. You're still showing strategy and conversation. Don't slander my girl. I think I just live by some bad Wendy's. I don't know. I remember back in the day, but yeah, instead we get the BB17 kissing twins. Yeah, that's what we get. So, but I actually really liked at first I was like, the Wendy's window. Okay, I was a Judge Judy about it. But after a while, you're like, yes, it just goes along with the HOH. And then every HOH and BB Can would get to take a trip to Wendy's. And that next day, you know, they also got to invite someone. So maybe it was someone they needed to, you know, win favor, get information from, you know, strategize with, someone they were going to put on the block. Maybe they would pick, and they'd have Wendy's and they'd sit up in the HOH room. And they would talk game. And a lot of, you know, there were a lot of spicy chicken sandwich references, but there was also game talk to be had. So it was cool. But yeah, I guess a Frosty. Frosties are good. Amy says, love me a junior bacon cheeseburger. Although I haven't had one in years. I remember back in the day, Wendy's was so good. But I tried it recently and I was like, oh God, no. Maybe it's just because I'm 45. And my body's like, bitch, eat some broccoli, eat a vegetable, okay? Come on now. What are you doing to yourself? So, Shoreview Wendy's is where it's at. The employee knows me. It's depressing. Is it? Shoreview, Minnesota? Is that the Hop and Wendy's? I've never been to that one. If that's what you're talking about. My dear Carissa. Oh, H of H. Apologies. The H of H. That's what I always be mispronouncing it.
You know, it was really fun to see him win H of H. And sort of get his, to hear he's in it.
To hear he's in it. All right, you guys. So that is my recap and Rose with a couple little spoilers in there. It does appear as though Kelly might be in a little trouble. As far as, everyone should be, Dave, you want to go outside? My dog Dave's like, we're going to go outside, Mom. I've been in here for an hour. I shut him in the office with me. Shout out to Dave Dog. Come here, Dave Dog. Like, come on, say hi to everybody. Come here, baby. Come here, Davey. But it does appear that there is a push to get Adrian to stay if he doesn't win the BB Butt Blaster, if he's up against Will and Kelly wins the BB Butt Blaster, which I think is the dumbest thing that ever dumbed. But here we are. It should be unanimous against Will, you would think, but there is a push for this, and we'll see what happens, because again, I haven't been on the feeds in quite a few hours, so lots of things could have changed. Come here, Dave. Come here. Come here. Yes. Look at my baby. Look at my sweet baby. Come on, me baby. Should we lift you up? Can I lift you? Uno, dos, tres. Ugh. Dave Dog. Yay. He's like, let me down. Okay. He's like, Mom, don't show my butthole on there. Shout out to Dave Dog. You want to go outside? Yeah. Should we get a treat? Yeah. We're going to look at his little, can you guys see his little waggy tail? You want to get a treat? You want to go outside? Yes, because he's a good boy. I love you. Okay. Tripod Dave, we got to go. You guys, we love you. We appreciate you. Smash that like on your way out. Comment after the video post. Follow me on social media at Joleen Lunzer on Instagram and the Tiki Talkie. And I'll be back tomorrow. But until next time, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Thank you for the super chat. Shout out to my mods. Bye, guys.
If you like what you see.